vector spaces, you can say for example in English we can say dog for particular animal, but in Pashto dog is known as what? Huh? Speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is, please try to understand, okay? So, here, dog and speed, two, okay, both are the same vector, both are the same, you can say, used for calling a dog, okay? But the bases here, this is the two languages, 1, 2. Bases are different. Bases are different. He told us some vector in case of this in some another case he represents some another vector x prime, y prime. So length of the both the vector is same, okay, but important thing, the basis magnitude is same, direction though opposite, but actual thing is what? The basis. This one English and this one is Pashto. Okay, Pashto, this basically negative sign can be taken it out like 1, 2. This vector is basically negative sign, does not make sense here. Okay? Technically, these two values both are the same. Yes, please.
Sorry, basis key presentation third group.
But you mentioned in your video presentation, that's why I.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I noted down. So, but another thing. That's okay. Thank you so much. You talked about vectors. Okay, you have seen. Raise a question that 2D or 3D. Very simple. You already told that n-dimensional vectors. Okay. Sometimes time is also considered as a dimension of a vector, 4-dimensional. Okay. So how it becomes 4-dimensional? For example, you are having some kind of a some box sorry oh. You want to put, this is a 3-dimensional box, volume, okay? You are pushing this box in time t, then you will have x, y, z, t. So dimensions of vector become 4-dimensional vector. Similarly, you already, with certain parameters, you are considering too many vectors, n-dimensional vectors. How, for example, there is some music, okay, you are getting some pleasant sound effects of music, and in this music, orchestra, or you can say there are certain musical instruments. One is flute, another is drum, Okay, there are too many instruments, for example, an instrument and another vector. Okay, this is, you can say, vectors, sum of all the vectors. Okay, basic. So another is the orchestra, you can say people, too many. All classes singing at the same time. First one, second one. You can sum up both, okay? These are the n-dimensional vectors. So this is the vector, and in vector space you are talking vector space, the vector V, vector W belong to real number. In field F. This field basically representing what? Space. Because you are observing the pleasant sound of music in some room, in some field. Okay, it cannot be here. For example, the singing is performing, musical concert is performing in this room. You cannot see it outside, okay, you cannot hear it on the road side or maybe far flung distance until you are not increasing the scale of the, and this alpha is a scalar quantity. Okay, you increase the level, okay, so until then, of course, what will do? The vectors are the same, okay, but their scale will be increased. Amplitude, and it will, of course, inside of the field. Inside of the, yes please.
Sir, what if these vectors are same in magnitude but opposite in direction to each other?
Yeah, brilliant question. Once we are determining the magnitude thing, okay, and direction thing, you people familiar, for magnitude, you should consider, okay, the similar kind of a Pythagoras theorem, you are extending it in the magnitude.
Yes, sir.
And for, if you want to recall your school memory, high school memory, you know, for direction purpose, you are this thing in 2D space. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Here you can see, okay, to whatever in the space, it depends upon the magnitude. This one is telling you that if, for example, you are signaling, and one other thing, this is the magnitude, or you can also say amplitude. And if you want to increase or decrease the sound of this, of course you will use the scalar quantity here. This one, scalar quantity alpha f. Okay, in vector space. And your direction, of course, I am speaking to this, okay, with the help of torch, you are pointing to any particular direction. Of course, light is also playing a role of vector. Similarly, my talk, okay, just whistle, okay, in particular direction. Wave is generating and of course summing up. But in field, okay, maybe it cannot, whistle cannot be heard properly outside of the Mang Bazaar or this area, okay, this kind of institute area. So your direction here, it follows the angle, okay, vector angle, you can determine with this and magnitude with this. And you can up or down the magnitude with help of any scalar value.
Oh, yes, sir. In case of negative, it will be over down. In case of positive value, it will increase.
His question is a little bit different because he talked that what will happen when negative. In negative case, it's very simple. Here, you are asking about this thing, negative thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Basically, vector is same. My child, vector is same, but with opposite directions. Okay? Field, okay, you need to do, because I told you in field, okay, you are vectors in vector space. Once you are talking about the space, I am saying whatever you need to perform within the space of room. Vector space is this. That vector is also having some space, negative or positive directions. If it is in field F, field area, okay, like a cricket ground, like a soccer ground, whatsoever, it's inside of field, then it is okay, commutative property, associative property, you will add up, you will increase the scale. Okay, one another thing. He was talking about the property. For example, if you are identity property, that if some vector v, of course, v, what is this? For example, this your room is space. This is a space, field F, and it is of course 1. Okay, south is coming in this, then this space is occupied by south. You can say south is in this room. But if there is no south in this room, of course, you can say identity space is whole, identity is whole.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if I am talking about the person, how many person in the room? 0%. And if there is a 0%, south is entering in the room, it will become B.
Yes, sir.
Okay? 0 additive.
Yes, sir.
Multiplicative identity hold.
Yes, sir.
0 additive hold. Similarly, commutative, associative, everything hold, okay, in terms of scale. For example, we are turning on the music, people are singing, okay, singing a song, of course you can hear both the things. One is the flute, another is okay, the person lyrics is singing, song is singing by any person, of course it can be, singing can be done at the same time. But in some field, space, okay, you need to know space. And another thing, you talked about in the property inverse. Inverse is what? This is inverse. Yes, please.
Sir, field can be of two types, like open field and closed field. What will?
This is the very high level of algebra. You should right now we should focus to the field. Okay. Open or close is something, basically it should follow the abelian group. Abelian group which will hold the properties. A moment ago, this set of properties should be held inside of it. For example, there is we say no floor. Due to certain reason, there is no floor, but room, there are walls. Okay? One space is not there for standing purpose. South will enter in this room, he will fall down. So, is there any sound? No. For space, one is, okay, space. Space should be existed.
Yes, sir. The abelian group is not part of our discussion.
If abelian group does not hold, then it's not a vector space then. Are you getting my point? So, in inverse case, once we already studied too much about the inverse. Inverse is, you are deforming some shape, you can get back the original shape. This is the purpose of inverse. Okay? For example, south is coming in this room, then south can go back from this room. This is the property of inverse.
Sir?
Yes, please.
Sir, a question था
Yes,
slide से.
yes, please.
Sir, ये जो multiplicative inverse that we are talking about.
Multiplicative identity.
Identity. Sir, ये चीज़ इस चीज़ को नहीं describe करता कि let's suppose this whole classroom is a field, and once we multiply with some scalar quantity, it tells कि how much its magnitude increase or shrinks.
Thank you so much.
But
Wonderful.
Sir,
Yes,
but,
please.
sir, but when we let's say this whole classroom right now is empty with a field of f, but once we add something into it, let's 0, the field remain unchanged.
This is a zero additive.
Zero
property. Okay.
But sir, if we add 1, it tells that how much area, how much unit of area in this field is occupied. Is it true?
No, listen. First thing, 1 is multiplying not with scalar. 1 is multiplying with vector.
Yes.
This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Another thing you want to ask, that you want to add vector with some value of 1. 1 is what? Basically scalar value. Okay? It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be anything. And you want to add 1 in this vector, you need to check out that this vector is having some dimensions, some directions. Okay, beautiful. What is the determinant of this?
1.
This is a vector.
It's a serial.
It is just scalar value. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Please try to understand.
Yes.
You need to check out, okay? Does it have some particular direction?
No.
So this is the thing. You need to, so you want to add some vector 1, check out this is having some direction or magnitude, then 1 should also have similar kind of element. You are adding both the vector, okay? I told you the problem should be of similar nature. In previous lectures, we already talked. If we are adding ax plus by equal to some amount, at, apple, okay, this amount, this banana, so you want to, then you need to add up, not oranges. If you want to add up, if you want to, okay, some another fruit, for example, cherries, this is wrong. Okay, if you want to add up this vector, this one should hold the property of this one. This is the thing Saud was telling us in the property criteria. That property you can associate it a commutative property. Okay, V1 plus V2 hold until both will
Both are same.
similar elements of the vector. This is the beauty of the system. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
What about the linear dependence of the vectors and linear dependence of the vectors?
Yeah, linear dependent. I told you that if this is one side of the wall, this is another side of the wall, okay? You consider the ground axis, floor. And this is another ground, okay? Your pillar can be stand once there is some space.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this pillar will be linearly dependent on.
X.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. So this is the third vector. And
Yes. Who will present bases and dimensions?
Sir, Temur and
My daughter? Okay, I know you are very genius people, but you need to work hard, okay? I should not suicide. Yeah, don't laugh, okay? These people compel me to suicide. Prepare very well.
I will present
I will
again.
ask too many questions. If I will ask too many, for example, you people talked about the polynomial things. What is the concept of this? For example, some equation 2x5 plus 3x4 plus 2x3 plus some x square plus 5x equal to 0. This is one equation.
Yes, sir.
This is the polynomial, okay, non-linear system, not a linear system. You can add up, if you want to add up, Sulaiman and Yasin, for you people, if you want to add up, you should know that another vector should also of the same nature. Okay, or you can say 3x5 plus x4 plus maybe 0x3. Maybe 0x3, remember. But not be greater than this. Okay? So it's power here, okay, variable power is maximum field area. It should not exceed, okay, then you can add up.
Yes, sir.
For example, in wrestling game, we are considering the two players are competing with one another. Weight criteria is observed. Okay, they should have same weight. Space, okay, space in the field, okay, in ring. One should not be robot if you want to, okay, one is robot, one is the human, no. Both should be human. One is tiger, one is the human, no. Space, human. Space is what here? Human. And field is where they should have almost similar of weight. And weight is here what scale? Check out the books, you will enjoy it. Okay, things are really simple and interesting one. You want to if you want to get a command on artificial intelligence, deep learning things, you should know the basic concepts. You should know how you can portray the real life concepts in form of equations. Until you don't know, you cannot do any program. You cannot do anything. Yes, please.
Vector space is very important in terms of...
No, I don't think so. If it is important, then you must get it. Don't, okay, these kind of lame excuses, I will kill myself. Okay? No, my children, please. It's my fault, sir.
We will kill them, sir.
No, don't consider the things in a very lenient way. I am very lenient person, but it does not mean you people are very genius, okay? You are potential ones. Your parents are standing with high hopes.
I will present against others.
Well, I could not believe, but I will see. Okay? My daughters, are you getting my point? Study hard, okay? You need to... Here, one or two, okay? I just came to know that you saw the 2 videos and you learn few things from it. If you will see the 100 or more videos, then you will learn definitely too many things. This is okay. Okay, next onwards, after each lecture, I will talk about more. Okay, but you must get ready with good presentation. And you people right now get 0 score. I am so sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in quiz and your assignment 0 score until you will not present in a very well way. If you want to overcome, you need to prepare.